Hi there. If you're watching this video, that means you have a student in my class, Physical Science, and I am Mr. Gordon, and I am excited to have your student, and I'm excited to work with you throughout the school year. So welcome back to what we hope is a fairly normal school year. And what is this class that your students found themselves in? Well, it's called Physical Science. It's what most freshmen in the Boulder Valley School District take. And we do a short overview of physics followed by a short overview of chemistry. So they get some of that. But one thing that I like to emphasize in my class are what are the skills that the students will develop in this class and take with them throughout high school and beyond. If you think about the things that maybe you use in your everyday work, that's sort of the things that we're gonna work on in this class. So we'll work on things like their presentation skills, their writing skills, their ability to read complex text, their ability to collaborate with lots of different people, all of which we hope is going to be really helpful to them well beyond this class. In this class, we're going to do hands-on projects as much as we can. And by projects, what we mean is that the students are going to investigate a question that they sort of shape themselves. So I'll open it up with a question and they'll dig into the details themselves, and we might not actually know exactly where it's going from there. So we hope it's more authentic learning. We hope it's interesting and the students are more motivated to do it. A couple of important things that I like to share with parents. Parents often ask, well, what things can I do to help support my student? Well, here are the things that I recommend. Number one is keep attendance first and foremost. Obviously, we don't want anyone coming to school if they're sick. We don't want to spread COVID or anything else, but attendance is really important. Most students who fall behind, who struggle, who fail classes, it's simply because of lack of attendance. So prioritizing attendance and prioritizing that in your student's mind will make a really big difference. The second thing is make sure they get enough sleep, especially around this time. Students may be starting to stress out more. They may feel additional pressures from high school. They may have more social pressures and more things going on, all of which is totally normal, but they do need to ensure they are getting sufficient sleep. Most students at this age really need a lot of sleep, 9-10 hours of sleep a night. And unfortunately, devices are often a distraction to that. So one recommendation I have might be to help your student by having them park their devices, their phone, TV, whatever, outside of their bedroom, so they're not tempted to watch things all night long, which will rob them of their sleep. And that brings me to another tip, which is help your students learn how to manage their own cell phone use. What I do in my classroom is I park the cell phones in some slots by the classroom door. Students need to have them in there at all times and not have them on their persons during the class time. And that helps ensure that the students are focusing and the students around them are focusing as well. And that's a practice that you can reinforce at home. Have them work on their homework during dedicated time when their phone is not in front of them, and then take a break and go work with their phones. That's often a really useful thing. Organization is often a struggle at this age. I encourage students to either get a planner, a paper planner with dates in it, or just use Google Calendar, which will provide them with pop-up reminders that they can get on their computer or they could get on their phones. So helping them learn how to do that could be really important to help them forget fewer things, be more prepared, and be less stressed. And then there's a really great resource that we have here at Monarch, and that's called Access Time. Thursday mornings from 8:35 to 9:35, every one of your students' teachers is going to be sitting in their classroom waiting for students to come in and ask for help. And I, of course, will be in my classroom, and I'm always excited to help students. We also have Access Time on some of our Monday morning, what we call Mohai Monday times. And then, of course, the student can always email and they can get in touch with us at any time to get some help. So don't think that you're out there on an island. If you ever want to get a hold of me, your student ever wants to get a hold of me, the quickest way to do so is to email me. My email address is eric.gordon@bvsd.org. And I get back to parents and students as quickly as I can. I am happy to help by email. It's always terrific. So far, what have we done in class? Well, mostly we've gotten to know each other, but we're starting our success skills unit. We've learned note-taking. We're going to learn more about inquiry. We're going to practice our data analysis and our collaboration skills as we do a project on distracted driving, which I think might be pretty relevant for a lot of your students who are thinking about starting to drive. And then after that, we're going to go into kind of a bit of what really is science, and students are going to explore how scientists really do science, not the scientific method that they might have heard, but what do scientists actually do when they go out and they do some science. And then we've got a couple projects to help us get a grasp on some of the major concepts in physics. This first semester ending in December will be its own grade. And then the students will stay in the same class. I'll still be their teacher, but there will be a new grade for their second semester, and then we'll be covering mostly chemistry-related topics. So again, I'm really excited to meet you. Feel free to drop by in person. Feel free to shoot me an email. I'd love to chat with you about how we can help support your student be successful here at Monarch High School. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.